What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Shedheads video. In today's episode of ShedVille, we are going to be creating an animal/garden farm, and it's going to be right next to our library. If you enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment, and let's get right in. So today we're going to be doing that garden of some sorts. It's going to be along the lines of the same type of garden we have right outside of our library over here. It's going to have a bunch of wooden posts everywhere, a lot of vegetation, because I think vegetation is very important in any kind of build you are doing. So let me get right in to show you what this garden is going to look like. We have a lot of vines coming out from the top over here with a lot of like roses and, just 2 high blocks worth of vegetation. And it's just going to look really nice. We got some lanterns up top and then some birch posts, and then we're going to use spruce for the structure. So getting right into it here, we have a 9x9 piece of land with a water source in the middle, and the water source being in the middle, make sure that all the dirt is hydrated on every block. Now what we're going to do is we are basically just going to make a spruce log perimeter around the outside, and then we're going to make that our base for planting whatever crops we want. So I think in this video I'm going to do a wheat farm, maybe some potatoes, maybe carrots if I have them, but we'll see. So let me just use the hoe here, and then look, they're all nice and hydrated. So we have our nice perimeter of the logs around. We're going to put a couple more over here, and then we're going to do a 3 wide entryway. I'm noticing this looks a little bit weird because it's not lining up with my post over here. So maybe what I'll do is just go back 1. Alright, so moving forward, we're going to start with our fence posts going up. So we're going to make these 3 high, and then we're going to basically fill in that 3rd high block. At every corner, we're going to put another post. And this video is kind of going to be very repetitive because we're going to do, I think, 4 of these, and then we're going to make 2 designated sections just for the animals to go in. So I'm going to skip around a lot as we get into this video. So let's finish this off. I'm going to go... Oh. Actually, that one's on the wrong one. Let's see how I like that, though. Kind of just trying to see if I want it to line up with my little patio over there or not. But I'm going to work on that later. So let's go over here. Let's do the logs that are going to go on top. Oh. So we're going to work to keep these the right orientation. We want them facing upwards. And we're going to finish around the perimeter over here. Now, what am I going to do about this one piece? I think I'm just going to come out and make it even. Yeah, there we go. So let's go 1 more out. And then we're going to have to go back up and put another log. Let's get rid of these. And the ones over here. So now we have our perimeter with the fences and everything along the sides here. Let's see how this looks. And it actually looks a lot better now that it's lined up with my other structure over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to line the perimeter of this with some hedges. These are spruce hedges. We're going to go around just completely around the perimeter of these. Let's dig out these so that we can go around. And I will come back to fill those in later, but I'm just going to put them in for now, just for the sake of time. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so there is our first little farming post right there, and then we're going to do the exact same thing right next to it. So let's go ahead and fill this back in with some planks. Oh, I accidentally did some dirt. Let's get rid of that. And we're using spruce because we just kind of were in the biome of a spruce forest basically, so we collected a lot of spruce. Plus I think that the color contrast between birch and spruce looks very nice. So what we're going to do, we're just counting right here, and it's already a 9x9, so we're just going to make the one next to it, and we're going to do 2 on either side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so counting the logs for the structure and the hedges, it is 11 by 11. So we're going to start with our hedges over here. And we're just going to copy the exact same thing that we just did. Let's get rid of our bed over there. Alright, so let's go and start putting our logs in again. And again, guys, this is just going to be very repetitive because it's going to be the same thing. But once you see like all the details we put on at the end, and then I'm going to switch it over to shaders mode, you'll see how awesome this looks. Definitely worth it. A lot of the stuff in Minecraft is just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. Because you want everything to look uniform in your build. You don't want anything to stand out too much. Unless, of course, that's, you know, the design you're trying to go for. I keep forgetting I have Frostwalker on my boots because it keeps freezing the water in the middle. So let's go 3 high right there. Let's do our little perimeter again. 1, 2, and 3. Let's go down this way. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. And we basically have this all set up. Let's get rid of this guy. And yeah, there we go. They're basically the same. Let's fill in the hedges. Let's make this a 3 wide entryway. And there you go. I'm just checking to make sure that these are looking the same. And again, I'm looking at that little post over there. I'm like, I'll worry about that later though. Let's just focus up on getting this all ready. Let's take out our hoe and let's start getting this land all ready. And it looks like my tick rate is too high. I think I set it high because I was trying to get a lot of trees. Or cut down a lot of trees. So let's just set that down to 20. Just so these guys don't fill in as I'm trying to. Alright, let's take off our boots. If we did this correctly, every spot here should be hydrated. Let's get rid of those. We're going to put some planks there. And it looks like we're all good. Okay guys, so we are back over here and we finished off 2 on the other side behind me. So now we're going to finish off this one and I'm just going to show you guys what I'm doing in the middle. So at the entryway over here, we're just going to do a little archway and then we're going to count in the middle over here and we're going to put our fences all the way up here because we want these to be as open as possible. I was thinking about doing glass, but I just feel like glass just encloses everything it comes into contact with. So I want these to be nice and open, exposed to all the weather and the rain and all that. So we're going to put those up there, and then we're basically just going to add lanterns to those later. So again, let's take out our hoe over here, and let's get all this land ready for planting. And I think in this one, we're going to also do wheat. I think the first 2 on either side, we're going to do wheat, and then we're going to switch over to potatoes and then carrots again. So those should be all hydrated. So we have 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do this last one. And I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we are back. We have 4 of these farming stations over here. And now we're going to work on our pathway. Kind of want this to be nice and centered. So let's see what we can do over here. I'm going to dig out these. And thank God for this shovel with efficiency because it is literally so fast. You could take out massive amounts of dirt so quickly. Let's get rid of all of these. Right, and then we're just going to do planks for all of the walkways. So let's fill these in. 1, 2, 3. And the reason I do 3 wide is just so you don't have like not enough room on either side. I feel like with 3 blocks wide, you just have like that extra room in the space to walk, rather than just being like too wide or something like that. Let's fill in this one right here. And here's our third. I'm not really entirely sure what I'm going to do about that little beginning of the walkway coming out of the library, but I will figure it out later. I'm going to dig out one more. Let's put this here. So we have 3 in the middle here. Oh, I think I'm just 1 off. So let's put that there, and let's get rid of this right here. So in that way we will be right in the middle and everything's kind of symmetrical and on center. Let's get rid of these. And now we can just do our little path over here going into the other station. I'm going to fill it right back in. And there we go. Alright guys, so I have just skipped ahead to doing the basic framing for the 2 larger animal farms that we're going to have. So I'm thinking we have sheep and maybe some cows, but I'll get into that later. So I just framed these out with the hedges along the outside, and I was thinking about doing 1 larger station, but I decided to break it up in half just to keep the symmetrical path in the middle here. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to fill this in with our planks. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of this bad boy over here. Alright, now we could work on putting our logs in yet again. And we're basically just going to do the same thing. We're going to go along the perimeter over here with our logs. And guys, definitely don't underestimate how much wood you're going to need. Again, you're going to need a lot to do something like this. It's a pretty big build. It's not like the smallest in the world, but it's not huge, but it is going to take some resources. Alright, so let's continue on over here. Let's get this perimeter done over here. And I think what ended up happening is this is gonna have to be a 2 wide opening in the middle here. I didn't really do a lot of planning when I was doing this. I just kind of like eyeballed it and was like, this is a good enough opening over here. So let's fill these in with our planks again. Let's do the exact same thing on the opposite side now. Get rid of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going around the perimeter again. Another thing I think they should add into this game is the ability to rotate the position of a block once you have it. So as you can see, I'm placing all these logs on the top because I want them to be, I want them to face upward, the grain. But you know, once you place something, if you place it wrong, it's literally just going to be the wrong orientation. I think they should add a rotation type of feature, at least to not have you just destroy the block and then have to place it again, because that's just kind of annoying, like how I'm doing here. Alright, let's place our hedges around the perimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go all the way down over there. And this should be like a little T-shaped. Right. I think we'll do those 2 right there. Let's finish these out along the front end of it. Let's get rid of that bad boy. Okay. And then that is the basic log formation we have going on. So let's do the same thing with our posts. We have 1, 2, 3 high right there. And we're going to go along the perimeter again. Alright, so we are back. I fast forwarded that little section over there, and now I'm just going to show you guys we're going to build a little kind of gazebo in the middle over here. So we have a post that's 4 tall. Yeah, 4 tall, and we're going to connect it with archways. What I think we're going to do is we're going to put some slabs around the perimeter, but we're going to leave the roof off. We're not going to backfill it in at all. I think it looks pretty good. I'm just eyeballing it right here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out some slabs over there, and let's go backfill this in. And as you see in my inventory, I have a whole ton of flowers for the vegetation that I'm going to add into this, because you should always add a ton of vegetation to everything. It always gives it a lot of color contrast for whatever you're building. You could be building out of a lot of gray or a lot of like natural colors like wood here, and it'll always just make your build pop out a lot more than if you didn't have it at all. So let's finish up this slab around the outside here. And it's a nice little gazebo that we added right to the middle over there. And it blends in pretty well. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is just add a ton of vegetation, and then I'm going to turn on some shaders and I'm going to show you guys our finished product. Alright guys, so we are back and we have our shaders turned on. As you can see, this looks absolutely awesome. We have the lanterns for lighting. I put in some wheat, flowers all over the place, and the animations with this shader pack is just absolutely awesome. So we have like a lot of good shadows going on. We put some vegetation all over the place. We have vines coming up the top here. I didn't put any cattle or any type of animals in the farms yet, because I haven't really decided what I want yet. Because I only have 2 of them right now, but I'll probably expand it later on in the video. It blends in really nice with our library, and that's really it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment, and I'll see you for the next one.